So here's an interesting situation about a guy who's 29 years old. He and his girlfriend, both 29, and he's breaking up with her, walking away from her after she rejected his wedding proposals twice. What girl at 29 years old is going to walk away from a wedding proposal because most at that age want a ring on their finger, unless something else is going on? Titled, Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girl after she rejected my proposal twice? He says here, Sierra and I have been dating for 4 years. I absolutely love her and felt like she was my soulmate. Well, clearly she doesn't think the same about you. I knew I wanted to propose 2 years into dating. Smack! But decided to wait 1 more year so I could get in a better situation financially. Okay, I'll take back that smack a little bit. Last year I proposed. It was a private proposal on the beach where we went on our first date. She looked at me and said, I want to marry you, but not right now. So, that age, she's probably about, 28. She ain't that young anymore. So why would a girl not want to take a proposal after 3 years? Maybe because they may have something going on with another guy. Or maybe it's just the two of them. She's being true and blue. But she's hoping maybe someone better will come along. This guy's okay for now. But if somebody comes along quickly before I turn 30, just in case, I better not take that ring. Something's up there. She said she wasn't in the right space personally to get engaged and to give her some time. That stung, but I was okay with it. After all, I put up proposing so I can be in a good position. It's only fair I give her the chance. Red flag. It's been a year since then I decided to propose again. This time I asked our friends to help me set it up because I wanted to do something nice for her. We orchestrated a nice dinner and a proposal in front of a nice fountain in the city's botanical garden. Please tell me you were going to do some big thing in the public where everybody could see you and be a part of this and that bullshit you see in the movies. Everything was ready, dinner went great, and we went to the fountain. She saw the roses and everything, and then I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. She teared up and told me, not just yet. That stung really bad. I knew I wanted her in my life forever, but this is the second time she had turned me down. I asked her why, and she told me the same thing as last year. I asked her if someone was holding her back, someone holding her back, maybe a family or friend, and she just said, I just want to make sure this will work. 2 times, no. Move on. Like I said, either there's somebody else on the side, or she's with this guy right now, just in case, but maybe hoping for an ex to come back, or somebody else better that makes more money, or something. Something's off here. 29 years old, proposed twice, or maybe she's really masculine, focused on her career and all that, and this guy's a real feminine type of guy. But regardless, this isn't going to work. It is time to move on. If he's the marrying type, wants to get things going with the family and kids, that's his business, fair enough. It's not going to work. Watch this. This hurt me more than the 2 rejections. I told her after 4 years she isn't sure, then what the hell will make her sure? She asked me to give her time, and I told her no. I told her I'm not going to keep wasting my time in love if she's going to keep saying no. I told her I can't do this anymore. She began begging me not to leave, and then said, fine, I'll marry you, please don't go. That made me mad, but I didn't say anything, and I left. You can't get engaged with a gal that doesn't want it, and vice versa. Now, quite frankly, honestly, if he has a good thing going with a girl, truly a good thing going, and she's not pushing him to get married, hey, that's a good deal, given how things are. But clearly there's a reason. There's something going on here. My phone has been blowing up with some of our friends, her parents, and her telling me that I'm an a-hole for throwing away a 4-year relationship because she said no, and that I was being a big baby. Maybe this guy probably is more of a feminine guy like they have nowadays. But regardless, it's his life, his business. And he's ready to move forward, family and all that. And if she keeps saying no and rejecting him, he has a right to walk away. But of course, he's being labeled baby and all that. It says she just needs time. The other half of our friends aren't on my side, but they're not on hers either. I don't think I'm an a-hole for this. Did I overreact? No, dude. Am I an a-hole? No. If so, how much more time am I supposed to give her? And he also says we're both 29 years old, and the second proposal wasn't done in front of my friends. They just helped me plan it and stuff. It was just her and I. Okay, he didn't do one of those ridiculous public proposal things. He also said we had discussed marriage shortly before I proposed the first time. She was into it and even told me that she couldn't see herself with anyone else. She seemed eager about the idea of marriage, which is why I was shocked the first time and then angry the second time. They're not compatible. Something is up, because no woman that is in love with their guy, who's been with him for 3 or 4 years, and is not to mention on very close to turning 30 years old, would turn down a proposal. She's got somebody else on the side. She's holding out for somebody better. Guy makes more money. I don't know what. Or she's hoping maybe that the old flame from back in the day, probably that bad boy she loved in college who had her heart, who gave her the butterflies, will come back. Something is making her stall. And it's his life, and if he wants to be married and start a family, in my opinion, that's his business. I wouldn't do it in this day and age, but it's his business. He's allowed to move on. And anybody giving him a hard time about it, they can tell him to go F themselves, okay? It's his freaking life. But what's probably going to happen is she's going to probably come back crying and, okay, I'll marry you, and he'll take her. You don't want somebody that's half-assing getting into something like this, okay? You want somebody that's enthusiastic to start that next chapter in your life with you, if, of course, that's what you want. That's what I think about that. But anyhow, guys, it's interesting to hear this take. Usually it's the guy that runs for the hills, or is like, no, when she wants to get married.